Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the show. My name is Bradley.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Jared.
And behind the desk over there is our producer, Rich. Say hello.
Hello.
And today what we're going to do, and I think we discussed this a little bit earlier, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to bring out our heavy hitters, okay? So what I mean by that is we were kind of just thinking about all the games that we have collected, and we're thinking about, hey, well, at least personally me, if you're in a pinch and you need to flip one of these games, right? I don't know, maybe you have to get, a dental thing, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Maybe you have this game in your library and you can just flip it, make a quick buck. So I think we're just going to go through some of the games in our collection that maybe you have, like I said, that may go for a couple $100. And I think I'm going to kick it off to Jared.
Yeah,
nice.
I brought that back. All right,
what do you got over there?
Okay, so the first one here, I remember, I'm not even a huge fan, but I remember going to GameStop and I really wanted this game. I was like, man. And the guy goes, yeah, we got it on sale, this and that. I spent $30 on Silent Hill 3.
Silent Hill 3, nice.
Not even that big a fan. I played it for like maybe 2 hours, got bored of it. This, I think, I don't know, this has to go, what, 150, 160? I don't know what it goes
Well,
for.
I think that's what producer Rich is here for, right? Can you check that
Silent
for us?
Silent Hill 3, 150.
$150. And you spent how much?
$30. Still has the GameStop used sticker on it.
Oh, so you did buy it used though? Like,
Oh yeah,
pre-owned.
used. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. I don't buy new unless I have to,
Yeah.
But
Do you? I mean, this was when PS2 was still
dude,
in.
This is probably 2002.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's pretty early, yeah.
I think because I beat Silent Hill 2, and I was like, dabble into the next one, Silent Hill 3, because I think this is only PlayStation 2. I don't think it's Xbox.
That I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure it's just Xbox, and I was like, I'll go get it, and then we got it for $30. And
So $150.
so let's get this clear. I didn't pay the $150 for it because I'm not that crazy about this. So I'm not trying to act smug or anything. So I got a $150 game. No, I spent $30 on it.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the games too that we have here. What we say they're worth now, we definitely did not spend.
No, I
that
wouldn't pay that much
when they
for
came
Silent
out.
Hill
That's
3.
the whole point of that. You might just have this sitting around, and if you do have Silent Hill 3, look at you got $150 right there. So
Yeah, and I see that it was available PS2 and PC, so it wasn't on Xbox.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
But yeah, I think all the Silent Hill games are rather expensive now.
Yes, I would say so.
so-
I don't really understand why. I thought they sold really good, and there's a lot of them around. I don't know.
I think people just like it.
you want to go next?
Yeah, I can. So the first one I got here, similar to you, Jared, I did not pay this price. And I found this. I knew this game went for a pretty penny, but I found it at a thrift store, the thrift store by my house, where the guy kind of hoards some games in the back for me.
Yeah, the guy I go to, and he's like, I don't have nothing. And then you come walking in.
And so I was going through the box that he had. He just brought a big box out, and I saw this game, and he sells them for like $2. Like, he doesn't care what it is. He won't look it up and be like, oh, it's worth this, whatever, and charge you half price. But I got Def Jam Fight for New York for PS2. Still has the GameStop sticker, so whoever bought it originally bought it for $20. I think I got it for like $2. And it's complete in box. Everything's nice and clean, nice and crisp, looking good. I think this one goes for 158, 160, something like that. What is it?
It's 158.
158.
Real quick question. Is everything you have here complete and boxed?
Everything,
Absolutely.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
I think that's why they're as expensive as they are. 'cause
Yeah, I
they
just
are
want to make
complete.
sure make that clear
So
to
I got-
everybody that these are complete. All these
I
games
got
are
two
stuff.
questions for you.
Yeah.
When you bought it, as you're grabbing it, did you know it was worth a lot?
So yes, I did. And also, before you get to your second question, it's one of those where you see it and you're like, please be in there, please be in there, please be in there. Not just the case.
I've had that,
Because in thrift stores, man, I find so many, I'm like, I get all excited. And it's like the da-na-na-na from Zelda. You're like getting ready, and then you open it, you're like, wah, wah,
Okay.
and it's just a dang
Second
case.
question is, once you realized it was worth a lot and you paid $2, did you feel good about yourself?
Of course.
You could have told the guy, I'll pay you a little bit more because it's worth more.
No, he's a thrift store. He's a nice man.
So you feel good about yourself. You can sleep at night.
Yeah,
knowing
because you want to
just
know
ripped them
what? He got a 200% return on it because he paid $0 for it.
He just found
So
it.
it's a thrift store. They just get stuff for free. People donate, right?
Yeah,
So
whatever
I don't
helps.
feel bad.
I think you do.
Considering you have the same type of games in your collection. Here he goes again attacking. It's
No,
a weekly
I'm pretty
affair.
sure that what happened was he was just like, I'll charge you $40. And then you were just like, I'll give you $2. And he said, fine.
No, not even close.
He's the type of guy-
Haggled him down.
He's
He's
the
a
type of guy
nice-
will haggle somebody
nice
down.
guy.
And he's not Russian either.
We have a good relationship, and I frequent his establishment. and buy. There's some games that I buy that are worth $2, and I give them $2.
Don't you're trying to make yourself feel better, dude?
I'm
for
not because
No.
I don't
ripping
feel
this
bad.
guy off?
I don't feel bad.
Now,
But
I know
let's
we're kind of going off the rails here. So, you in the future, can I just go in there and let's say he's got this box, and I just throw like a bill and just say I want the box? Would he give it to me?
$100. I mean, if you want it,
Like, let's say there's 20 games in the box. I
there's
just
more
say,
than
boom.
20 in the box.
But you think if he saw a crisp bill, this guy would be like, ooh.
I mean, why wouldn't he? It's
No, but he
money.
hides
I don't
everything
get
for
it.
he hides everything for everybody else. He
Anyway,
gives this guy.
whatever.
All right.
Def Jam Fight for New York.
Well, I guess that I'm going to go next. And the game I'm going to show is kind of like more of a collaborative, a community game. It's not actually personally my game. It's our game. And it is Conker's Bad Fur Day. And this is, you mentioned complete in box. This one is not complete in box. So when you guys are saying that, like, yeah, everything is. This is the one that's not. It's just the game pack, what Nintendo 64
Well, that's actually a
calls them.
reproduction one. I can see that.
No, it's not.
It's just a card.
I know.
You're
Yeah.
blind.
It's just the cartridge itself. But either way, producer Rich, what does this one go for? Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. That one is 150.
In 150, this is just the cart. So
Yeah.
if at home you have this laying around, complete in box, you can probably, I don't know, go buy like a brand new Xbox with this. Like you could probably complete in
mean-
cart. It's probably got to be close to like 300, 400 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, complete in box. I think it was like 4 or something like that, or maybe a little bit more. But if you do have it, keep it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't need-
yeah.
If you need the money, sell it.
Yeah.
But we're not like big fans. We talked about last week in our last episode. We've sold some things we're not proud of. I wouldn't sell any of these. If you own them, you just open the box. It might sound a
that's
bit easier.
true.
But if you're in a bind, like Brad says, you need some extra toilet paper or something, by all means, sell it. Jared, I think you're next, brother.
Okay, so this particular game, I don't know how you get it. I don't know who sold it. I don't know anything about it. I know this is one of the hardest games to get. Only thing I know about it is one of the hardest games to get for the Wii. Now, the Wii has a lot of shovelware, a lot of crap on it, but we got lucky with this one. It was actually at a Goodwill. And we walked in.
When you bought it for $3, did you feel bad?
So when we walked in,
Is that someone in the comments?
so we walked in. You listen to the story, you're gonna be a smug idiot. So there's actually 4 players. I didn't know that. So we walked in and we just watched a Metal Jesus video of the guy who has all the Wii games, and the American Mensa Academy of Game was on there, and neither of them knew how you get it or who sold it. He just found it at a thrift store as well. This one's worth a lot of money. It's one of the most rare games for the Wii. Complete in box, of course. Nice book. I want to say we spent like $5 on it.
Okay.
I think the games at Goodwill are like $4 or $5 now.
Yeah.
This
What is that going for?
this has to be like 110,
It's actually
120.
115.
115.
Ooh, you're close, dude. Good guess.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've actually never played this game. I think producer Rich actually played it, said it's not bad because a lot of the games that are expensive, I'm kind of gonna blow my own theory out, but minus these games are pretty trash usually.
Yeah.
Like this is supposedly a pretty good game. And like I said, you look online.
How do you do?
I have no idea. I never played.
Well,
Do you see that way? Do you look online? Nobody knows how you even bought this because it's like maybe it was online only, but there's not many of these around. But $115 for a Wii game, that shows you it's worth a lot because there's a lot of crap on the Wii.
Yeah, as Jared was saying, we were actually watched a video, like he had said earlier. I don't want to repeat everything. And
Yeah, please don't.
We went to the thrift store and I saw it sitting there. That's the only reason we had any idea
What
that
it was.
might be worth something at all, And I said to Jared, "Is this that game?" And I handed it to him. He looked at it. It's like it was really weird. It was like within a couple days. So
Yeah.
if we wouldn't have saw that video, we probably would
Well, let's be
maybe
honest.
not
So
got
You
it.
guys
if you
owe.
see
So you guys
this
should
game-
be donating that to Metal Jesus.
If you pull this out and
saying.
when you've obviously done it, when you go to the thrift store and you see these games, you look at it, the cover's stupid, like, I'll pass. Not worth nothing. This
Yeah,
is
a
the
lot of
type of
times.
game you would definitely do that with.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And somebody might have, and they're probably regretting it right now, being like, "Did you
Yeah.
go to the one in Laverne, California? Oh, that was mine. It was Pomona, I think."
I think it was Pomona.
Still, that's a nice find.
Yeah, I mean, and then
115 for
we
that.
told him about it, and to this day,
Not even.
this
Not
day,
even.
he is so upset. Every now and then I come up here and I see him trying to take
No, let me tell you
Oh,
something.
really?
it. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Wii wasn't my favorite Nintendo console.
I don't
That's
think-
for sure.
yeah,
I think it was yours.
No,
And
not even.
I'm happy that you found one. You got a
You're
win. You got
not.
a W. I'm not. See, I'm not a hater like you.
he's a hater.
I'm very happy for you. You got an expensive, stupid game. Congrats.
Well,
I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's a
Personally,
boring game.
From the way I look at it is, it's like a gambler. I'm not a gambler or anything like that, but to me, it's the only way I can relate is when you find something like that, it's like you're looking for that high again. You're looking to try to find that game for $5 that might be worth a lot, and it's so much harder now. So
Yeah.
much just from
Yeah.
the couple last years. But once you do that once, it keeps you going again.
The only stuff I'm finding now is shovelware and like Wii Fit.
Well, I'm not even finding that. Like our for people who don't know, our editor Angel, he lives in Oregon, and he's showing me pictures today of Super Nintendo games and stuff he got.
Yeah.
He found Donkey
Nice.
Kong. I think Killer Instinct was on there. So he's
the-
finding all kinds of stuff up there.
The retro
You're not
gaming
finding
scene
anything
is
out here.
not hit the northern
no,
part of the
I
United
think
States
maybe
yet, probably.
maybe they're too busy outdoors, and drinking bush lights and stuff. They're
In
not gaming.
Oregon?
I don't know.
They're probably hiding in
They're
their
very
houses.
outdoorsy.
All
Very
it does is
outdoorsy.
rain over there.
That's why they're outdoors. It's nice and green.
It's been raining.
Are you
Closer to Canada.
Are you gonna apologize to anybody that lives in Oregon that might be watching this?
Well, no, they're drinking bush lights. Props. I'm not mad at you.
No, it's another
So
one.
for all the games,
whatever.
there's a high propensity that you might have these in your library, with the exception of Mensa Academy. As you said, that's very rare. So
And I don't even
Probably
think you'd
not.
want it. But anyway,
so you're next.
you want me to go?
Yeah, no, you can go.
You really want me to go?
Okay, I
No, I'll
guess
go.
I was like, all right, I'll go.
So the next one I got this in a bundle deal. I ended up selling actually some of my Pokemon like DS games. I had duplicates of.
I thought you were gonna say cards. I was like, oh my
No,
God.
no, and I had some duplicates of some games. Got rid of those, and came up on some cash because of that. Got a good deal on that, and then I found a guy locally, and he sells a lot of Nintendo stuff, a lot of video game stuff, and he gave me a good deal on a couple GameCube games. And when I saw that he had this one in particular, I was super excited. He was asking a very fair price for it, and that is Chibi Robo Plug-in Adventure for the GameCube. So I think this one's around $200 or something like that. What is it?
It's 240.
$240, so even more than I thought. We'll put this bad boy in the middle
I heard
because
that
she's
game sucks.
What
ass,
is
by
it?
the way.
she's a good one. So you're like this little like plug, this little guy. He's like a little robot man.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you run around and you like plug stuff in or turn stuff on. It's kind of hard to explain.
I've actually seen that. I know what you're talking
It's
about.
a little weird and quirky, but
Yeah.
I think that's why it's as valuable as it is, because it's not mainstream.
The GameCube games are awesome anyway. I just
Yeah.
love the cases and the games themselves.
And this one's in great condition. Guy gave me a good deal. I think I got this one for like $80, and this was when the game itself was going for
Well,
about
so you-
$150.
so you paid 80.
So I paid a
Okay.
pretty penny for it. But I'm still netting like $160 on it. But I got that, and what's the other one I talked about earlier with you guys? Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, for like $150.
I have a
And combined, they're worth like $400.
I have a
something
question.
like
Do you clean your pennies? Because you have a lot of clean.
Oh my God, let's just keep
You said
going.
it's a pretty penny. I mean,
that. All right,
I'm
go
not
ahead,
getting
Brad. Yep.
All right, so the final game, and to be honest, if you own a PlayStation, which most of you should, maybe not anymore, but if you owned one, you're going to probably be kicking yourself because you probably had this game. And this game is in a cracked jewel case,
Okay,
and
yeah,
I'm
point that
going to
out.
slide this over because I think it should go next to each other. It's the original Silent Hill. Now, I've always remembered, Jared, you played this way more than I did. So why don't you just elaborate on this particular game for a second?
So you're driving somewhere, I don't know, and you're with your kid, and then a cop whizzes by you, whatever, and then you drive a little further and you see her motorcycle's on the ground, so you keep driving. I think you get in a car accident or something,
Yep.
and then you wake up and your kid's gone. So then you wander into this town where there's nobody around, it's just fog everywhere, and then these creatures come after you, and then you run into that cop.
Yeah, and not. I mean, I'm sure most people have played it or gone down that road, but the craziest thing to me was just how foggy it was. Just
Oh,
fog
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
It just-
hide the
that-
graphics.
Yeah, hiding the lack
that's
of
literally
graphics.
just what the
Now-
game just felt like fog.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Should've been called the
I
Fog.
played it. I mean, it was pretty cool. I think if I had to go between any of them, I like this one's probably the best because you go into school and you have those little things with knives come after you, kind of
Yeah,
little kids.
yeah.
'Cause they don't really put that in games anymore. But not really a huge fan of Silent Hill.
Is
Of
that
the
because you don't
series,
like
yeah.
the guy who made the?
No.
Or are you just a
no,
hater?
No.
I
It's
was just
just
asking.
I don't because they have more of a psychological twist to it.
Oh,
I'm not
you're more
huge
of a
fan.
scary in
Yeah,
your
so like
face.
to me, they've always and there's people out there. I'm sure there's some fans of it, but to me, they've always been chasing Resident Evil.
I mean, what
always.
has
To a certain extent.
Yeah, they've always been chasing
Yeah,
them.
and I would just think like the first Silent Hill, like it was good because it kind of had a twist to it, and it's really hard to recreate that in any form of medium, whether it's movies, music, video games, whatever. So I think the first one kind of hit where it's a little easier for Resident Evil because it's a zombie outbreak, right? It's easier to kind of
Keep it
keep
simple,
making
man.
more games. Whereas you are right, the farther and farther you get down, you basically have to watch like somebody break down what every
Yeah.
game is because there's like 15 of them now to what the hell is going on.
Yeah, and I just
so
don't,
I do agree with you.
I just
but-
don't think. And then I remember the second one, everybody's saying it's so scary, scariest game ever. I just don't find any of them scary at all. Not one
Yeah,
bit.
this one felt scary just because you couldn't see anything
Yeah.
and the pixelated graphics,
Yeah.
and then like when the radio would go off, would tell you
Yeah,
like an
I
enemy's
mean, there's
coming.
cool
Yeah.
aspects to it. Like I like the radio thing when there's something coming towards you. You kind of know when something's coming. I like all that. I just as a survival horror fan, this is definitely it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, the funniest part about this, right, is Jared had like 17,000 copies of this game. At
I don't
one
even know where I
point.
got
I think
it.
he had like 3 or 4
I had
copies.
3
of
copies
it.
at one point.
So to hear, it's okay. It makes me laugh because I have a copy because he gave it to me.
Yeah.
Only reason I have a copy. So it's funny that you had that many of something that's expensive and you're
Well,
just kind of like fair weather on it. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
Not that that's wrong.
And now
I
the thing is, if I remember correctly, I might have bought that when I was like junior high because
Maybe that's why it was scary,
And I
too.
think it was like $20, $15-$20.
Yeah,
It was
so
worth nothing.
What
Now
is it going for now?
It is 180.
180. And to be honest, everybody who owned a PlayStation should have this game. So if you still have your PlayStation and it's up in the attic, take it out, see if you own it. You're sitting on $180 right
A quick
there.
note on Silent Hill, as far as the way I look at it, is worst movie ever.
Oh yeah.
The Mario movie that we were talking about last week, I would watch that 10 times. I'd watch that every day before. This Silent Hill movie was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
You don't. It's terrible.
it wasn't
There's
good,
2
but
of
just
them, I
know
think.
that it didn't really relate to the game, like
No.
a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you like the game,
So that's the
Don't
thing
go
is
watch a movie.
these
Right.
games here, like
point.
the 3 games here, not a huge fan of either of them. Like if I had to lean towards, if I had to pick any of them, I think would be the best. Obviously Conker's or even the Fight Night, because I played that crap out of Fight
Fight
Night, but on
Night was
Xbox.
fun.
On Xbox I played a lot. So just because we have them doesn't mean we necessarily like
Well,
them
I
that
think,
much.
and a lot of these,
'Cause I
right?
buy a lot of crap. I'm not gonna lie.
Outside of Chibi Robo, I think we all got really good deals on all of these, or if we've had them for quite some time.
Yeah.
And so it's not like we're out trying to find the most
Yeah.
expensive game or buy the most expensive game. It's just somehow they end up in your collection. I think everyone can kind of relate to that.
Yeah.
Is you're going to have expensive games. You're going to have a lot of shovelware and a lot of cheap games.
Most of the games, all the expensive stuff I have, I mean, most of my games are probably going to be average price, and there might be some that are like $50-$60, but most of the games that are expensive is because we've had them for years. I've never would ever spend that much money on a game
Yeah.
I don't
or
like.
or it is
Or
console
not
dependent
but-
too, right? Like
Yeah.
this on Xbox is probably worth like $8 or something, but on GameCube,
That's right. It's a
That's
good point.
PS2.
or PS2, sorry, that's probably where it's going up.
That's a
and down.
great game though.
And-
That one makes sense to me because it has all the wrappers in it and has like a good story. I can understand that one.
So-
Yeah, that is a good point. Sorry, that is a good point. What Brad brought up is that these particular games are not always worth that on certain consoles. It's only worth that.
Yeah, so Def Jam on GameCube, to prove your point, is 171. PS2, it's 158. On Xbox, it goes all the way down to half to about $85.
which is still a good amount.
Still
for
a lot
it.
of money, but
Yeah.
to your point,
it
yeah.
does vary, yeah. And that's their exclusive, like the 64s and stuff like that.
Yeah, if I'm only going to spend
Obviously.
that much money, if I'm a diehard fan of something and they had it and I really, really want it, I might spend that. But on a game and just like, whatever, I would never spend.
Because
that
even the
money.
Mensa's that way. What is it on the other consoles? It's really cheap.
I only saw it on
It's on
the
the
Wii
Wii,
and
or-
the 3DS.
The 3DS like
and the
20
3DS like
bucks.
$25.
Yeah.
or
yeah,
something
exactly.
Like that.
Quite a
So-
difference.
Anyways, well, I think that's going to conclude it here today. Like I said, if you have these hanging out in your library, either hold on to them till they grow in value, or if you're trying to make a quick buck, sell them, obviously. Maybe go buy something else game-related or whatever pertains to what the hell you need. Other than that, we appreciate you. My name's Brad,
Rich?
And Jared.
and behind the camera,
Hello.
we'll see you next time.
Peace.